Flowers by Thomas Hood, 1799 to 1845. I will not have the mad Clytie, whose head is turned by the sun. The tulip is a courtly quean, whom therefore I will shun. The cowslip is a country wench, the violet is a nun. But I will woo the dainty rose, the queen of every one. The pea is but a wanton witch, in too much haste to wed, and clasps her rings on every hand. The wolfsbane I should dread. Nor will I dreary rosemarye, that always mourns the dead, but I will woo the dainty rose, with her cheeks of tender red. The lily is all in white, like a saint, and so is no mate for me. And the lily's cheek is tipped with a blush, she is of such low degree. Jasmine is sweet and has many loves, and the broom's betrothed to the bee. But I will plight with the dainty rose, for fairest of all is she. Okay, this is a poem by Thomas Hood. Thomas Hood was a British poet. He was born in London. He was educated by private tutors until he was 14, and then he went into he tried various different jobs. He worked in the accounts department of the company of a family friend, and then he started writing poetry, and as happened to many poets, he had problems making enough money to survive as a poet. Now this is a poem about flowers. It's a poem about the different flowers. So it starts with, I will not have the mad Clytie, whose head is turned by the sun. Now this refers to mythology. Clytie was a water nymph who fell in love with the sun, and the sun didn't love her, and finally she turned into a heliotrope, which is actually a purple flower. But now normally the people say that she was turned into a sunflower, and the sunflower probably fits better in this case. And the sunflower is always turning its head towards the sun. So he says, I don't want Clytie, because Clytie was crazy. The tulip is a courtly queen, whom therefore I will shun. Okay, a queen or a quean is a disreputable young woman. Is somebody who is very forward, and therefore he's going to turn his back on her. He doesn't want Clytie because she's in love with the sun and she's a bit crazy. He doesn't want the tulip, which is a disreputable girl to shun, to turn your back on. The cowslip, a little yellow flower, is a country wench, a country woman, a country girl. The violet is a nun. A nun works in a monastery, or lives in a monastery. So the violet doesn't get married. But I will woo the dainty rose, the queen of every one. So to woo is to court, to love, to take out, to go out with. So he doesn't want the sunflower, he doesn't want the tulip, he doesn't want the cowslip. He wants the rose, because the rose is very delicate, and the rose is the queen of all of them. The pea is but a wanton witch, in too much haste to wed, and clasps her rings on every hand. The wolfsbane I should dread. So the pea is a very unrestrained woman. She's perhaps a bit lascivious, and she's desperate to get married, and she's holding her rings on every hand. The pea has little tendrils that it wraps around things, and these almost look like rings holding on to the stems of the other plants. The wolfsbane, another plant I should dread. Nor will I dreary rosemarye that always mourns the dead. And I don't want rosemary, because rosemary is a plant for the dead. Rosemary is something that smells very nice, and they always used to put rosemary on dead bodies to keep down the smell. But I will woo, I will court, I will love the dainty rose with her tender cheeks of red, with her cheeks of tender red, with her lovely red cheeks. The lily is all in white like a saint, so is no mate for me. So the lily is white, the lily is innocence and virtue, and the lily is like a saint. So she's not a suitable girl for him. And the daisy's cheek is tipped with a blush, she is of such low degree. And the daisy is a little plant, is a little flower with a yellow centre and white petals, and very often these white petals have these little pink blush to them. But the daisy's a very common flower, she's a very low flower. Jasmine is sweet and has many loves. So lots of people love jasmine, so too much competition. And broom, another plant, a yellow plant, is betrothed to the bee, has promised to marry the bee. But I will plight, I will put my bet, my chance, my life with the dainty rose. For fairest of all is she. So I will love the rose because she's the most beautiful of all. And it's a poem about the flowers. It's quite fun, it's very upbeat, and it's saying that the flowers are like the different girls that are there, and the different girls that he might love. So, Flowers by Thomas Hood. Bye for now.